In this video I'm going to show you how to rearrange the cosine rule so that it can be used to determine angles. So here's our original cosine rule, and we would use this rule to determine the length of side A when it's in this form. A is just there in the formula, I've just highlighted it. And our other sides, B and C, are as follows in the rule, and our other angle, big A is opposite the side A that we're working out, and B and C also appear just here in the formula. There we go. Now, obviously, there is a way to rearrange this, and if you don't like memorising formulae to use in exams, then it's a good practice to know how to rearrange this so that you can use it if you need to determine the angle A rather than the side. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So, first step I like to take is adding on this bit here. That'll be minus 2b cosine A. If we add that to both sides, we get a squared plus 2bc cosine A equals b squared plus c squared. The next step would then be to take away from both sides a squared. If we do that, we're left with 2bc cosine A equals b squared plus c squared minus a squared. We're nearly done now, there's only two more steps. We divide by 2bc just here to get cosine A on its own. So cosine of A equals b squared plus c squared minus a squared divided by 2bc. Now, a lot of textbooks just leave it in this form, but if you wanted to work out the angle A rather than cosine of A, then you'd need one more step. You'd need to do the inverse cosine on both sides. So you do you do A equals cosine to the minus 1 of everything here on our right side. So that's b squared plus c squared minus a squared, all divided by 2bc. So that's our rearranged formula. Now, one thing to notice is the setup of the formula. If we go back up to our triangle, it's really important that things are labelled the way they are here. This formula only works for finding A because A is the side that's opposite the angle in the formula. B and C are either side of this. So what that means is you can use the cosine rule when you have two sides and then the angle in between those two sides. And obviously this carries over to when you've rearranged the formula. So B and C are the sides in our formula, just here. B and C are the sides that are either side of this angle A. A squared is the side that is opposite this angle A. So now we've got this, I've got an example question here that we can use to practice. We've got three sides, 15 centimeters, 16 centimeters, and 20 centimeters. We need to find the value of x, and that's that angle opposite the 20 centimeter side, and we need to give the answer to 3 significant figures. So, first thing we're going to do is identify what bits of our formula are going to be used where. So, 15 centimetres and 16 centimetres are either side of the angle. So in our formula, that's going to be our B and our C. This side here, it's going to be our little a, because it's opposite the angle, which is called big A in the formula. So now let's use our formula. So the formula is A equals cosine to the minus 1 of B squared plus C squared minus A squared, all divided by 2BC. Now, if we substitute in our values, we have B is 15, so it's cosine to the minus 1 of 15 squared plus 16 squared for C. A is 20, so it's minus 20 squared. And then we divide that by 2 times 15 times 16. It's really important that we make sure that the side here that is negative is the side that's opposite the angle we're working out. Because if it isn't, the formula doesn't work. That's wrong. So now we'll work this out by putting it in a calculator. So if we just type this very quickly in a calculator, and it gives approximately 80.28485 degrees, and to 3 significant figures, that is approximately equal to 80.3 degrees.